This video will explain how to go about applying schedules and zoning different levels. So the way this works is it's kind of like the tree over here on the left. So if you change something on the building level, it affects everything below it. If you change something on the block level, it affects everything below that. And then the zone levels are just specific to the zone. But you can also like change a specific wall to be different. So every time you expand something, what you expand is what changes beneath it. Unless you've changed something before, but we'll get into that later. So the activity tab over here uh, has different templates. So if the whole building is the same type of thing, so it's uh let's say like an office, in generic office area. The whole building is an office. By doing that, it'll change everything for all the levels. But then you can also, if you've changed something, if you right click on something and you do clear data to default, you can click all data, the current tab, which is this, and then the currently selected data, so activity template, and then this. So it'll only change the template, and then you can specify what to clear down to. So if you want all the blocks to be the same, or if you want all the zones to be the same, all the surfaces, stuff like that. So if you do that, basically everything will now have the same activity schedule. Just before we continue, if you click on the tools and then you go to games data, you can specify if you want people per area per person, and then if you want watts per square foot or watts per square foot per foot candle. So I prefer this. This is how I like it. Um, and then the games data uh, is set on early, and you can change it to detailed. But it's kind of, it tells you the differences here between all of them, type of thing. So the detailed is if you have very kind of like specific information about what goes on in a zone, like like, okay, this zone has a 3D printer that uses this amount of energy at this rate, and it has a copy machine that uses this amount of energy at this rate. So, kind of just leaving it at early gains, it kind of breaks it out into more manageable pieces when you don't know literally every detail about what's in each zone. Okay, so we covered that. So let's say you want, like, let's say level 2, for example, isn't an office area. Level 2 is made of classrooms. So we can go down to be careful. It's educational, residential, education, non-resident, and then also universities and colleges. So you might have to like search between these things if you're trying to find a specific template uh, that fits what you're looking for. So let's just change level 2 to a classroom. So now level 1 is a classroom, and now it's worded differently, but this is just an example. And then everything on level 2 will have the same specifications. So if we want to change this zone specifically, we can go up here and change this specific template to a storeroom, for example. So now this is changed. And then you can even go further and change, okay, I want, different like occupational or occupancy levels. So you can do like always on, always off, different things like that. So the template changes everything, and then the specifics of that template can be changed in size, such as occupancy. And you can change this, you can change it to like 900 square foot per person if it's just a closet. No one's going to be in there. The same thing with the temperature set points. If you change the temperature set points on the building, it'll do for everything. A store closet might always be set in setback, so you can change the heating temperature, or you can change the HVAC schedules for that. So now that we're going into schedules for the simplified HVAC setting, um, what this does is 0 means off, zero point 0.5 means the setback value, and 1 means the actual value. And you can change that through like these schedules here. And this is exactly the same as they are in Energy Plus. So if you're familiar with that system, you'll know how it goes. Basically, it's a fractional schedule, which means that it's always a fraction of the maximum value assigned to that setting. And this is kind of confusing because it's HVAC and it's 0, 0.5 and 1, but you see here, what you always use, you do through, and then you can do like weekdays, through 03 January through April, stuff like that. So, but you can do like through 31 December, comma 4 all days, and all days is one word, until, and then 24, and then 0, and then through. So now there's also weekdays, weekends, holidays, all other days, winter design day, summer design day. Those are basically your main categories. The summer design day, you definitely want to be the same as a weekday, or even better might be to have 100% occupancy for 24 hours, because that's used for system sizing. And then you can just do like weekdays and summer design days, and then do all other days are assumed to be weekend type days instead of doing weekends, holidays, winter design day, because these two happen to be the same. The only thing to kind of note is everything ends in a comma except the very last one, which is the semicolon. So make sure that that's aware, but it will give you an error. So if you try and do that. Now, if you want to make your own schedule, it won't allow you to modify existing template schedules. So just go here and create a copy of that. Then edit select data, and now you can edit it as you want. So you can type things, because like before, it won't let you input anything, or if it does, it won't let you click OK, and it won't do anything. And then you can change the type of schedule here. So you have like a day schedule, compact schedule. I use the compact schedule. It makes the most sense for me, and it's generally the most efficient for buildings that are operate the same Monday through Friday, and then are pretty much unoccupied on weekends and holidays. And then this also allows you to specify it for summer and fall, so you could start until from January 1 to the end of a spring semester could be one. From the end of spring to the end of summer could be another, and then from the end of summer to the end of fall, it could be your last thing, and that lets you can lower these values to different things. So, but that's more for like the activity. You can see again, this is a terrible example schedule. Let's go to the office. So office, open office, occupancy. Okay. So as you can see for this one, so we have from until 7 a.m. no one's in the building. Between 7 and 8 a.m. a quarter of the maximum amount of people are in the building. From 8 to 9, half of the maximum value are in the building. And then from 9 to noon, maximum, stuff like that. So this lets you change, and you can go 24 hours until 1 a.m. until 2 a.m. until 3 a.m. all the way until the very end. And that's how you go about changing schedules and modifying the values.